Welcome to the instruction video on how to assemble the Mars. There are four main parts: the handle, the plates, the cap, and the thumb screw. Let's talk about the handle first. This is the Mars handle. The top of the Mars is where the letters are Mars. Bottom, you can tell by these two slots. So if it's orientated like this, it is correctly right side up. Okay, moving on to the cap, we have a brass threaded insert, which is where the thumb screw will go. We have this clip area with a slot here that will be fitted onto the bar on the handle. And also, another thing of note is there's two little lugs here. They come out a little bit, and that is for seating down onto the plates. You have to make sure that they are seated nicely and you can't move it back when it's fully assembled. I'll show that later, but that's the main parts about the cap. Okay, moving on to the plates. I recommend starting with, say, a number 5 if it's the first time using the Mars. It's a neutral sort of exposure plate. Here you see the safety bar, and here you see two little clips which fit into those guideway holes here on the head of the Mars. Okay? The difference between the two types of plates is these plates that take a half double-edged blade, they don't have the little lugs on it like the plates that take the injector blades. You can see the lugs on there, these two here, and that is so that when you put an injector blade on, I just happen to have one here, put an injector blade on, they get seated on the cut where the cutouts are of the injector blade, or a B20 blade. Okay, like that. Okay, let's now assemble the cap onto the Mars handle. Take the Mars handle with the letters upwards, hold it about like this with your thumb in that position. Don't put the thumb screw into the insert before assembling the cap onto the handle. Hold the cap approximately like this on either side, and you'll see here there's a gap between the two clip arms. Hold the cap like this, put it onto the recessed bar in the middle of the handle, and what you want to do is you're going to be pushing down and back at the same time. So watch, down and back. Okay, here we go. Done. It doesn't look like I pushed back, I was only forcing it back, but that's what you need to do. I'll just pull it off. So again, you're forcing down and back. Okay, there. You should end up with it looking like this. Okay, now let's put the thumb screw into the actual insert on the cap. It's a brass insert. Take the thumb screw, simply hold it like that and turn it until it catches the threading, and I recommend screwing it in until such time as it is just flush with the exit hole on the other side. Okay, you don't want to go too far forward because then it'll interfere with it swinging onto the head. So just have it flush at all times when you're loading a blade. Okay, let's now insert a plate onto the assembled cap and body. Take the body and the cap, rotate backwards like this. You see two holes here. Those are the guideways for the clips on the cap, like here. So I recommend a number 5 if it's your first time, because it's a very neutral sort of exposure. Simply line up the guides with the clip on the plates and push forward. What you should end up with is the two clips should be either flush or slightly recessed into the guideways here. Okay? Okay, let's put a blade into the assembled handle and cap. Take the Mars, hold it with your middle finger and your thumb at that position. just where the Y joins together like this, the two arms. The other two fingers can go just below this. Hold the razor upwards like this, rotate the cap to the back. Make sure that the thumb screw is flush to the exit hole of the brass insert. Take a suitable blade. In this case, it's going to be an injector blade or a B20 blade. Make sure that the edge is going toward the guard. Simply put it onto the two tabs so that the cutouts of the blade fit over the tabs on the plate. Take your other hand and hold the cap on either side. Pull slightly back, just slightly back. Rotate upwards and forward. Make sure here that the two tabs on the cap are just over the tabs that are also on the plate. So continue to hold it like this. Put your index finger on top, turn, and tighten up the thumb screw until it is experiencing some friction. Just snug. It does not have to be over tightened on this version of the Mars. Make sure that it is tight enough by simply giving a little tug on the cap, and that's ready to go. Happy shaving. Now for changing the blade, the plate, or both. Take the handle, hold it in the position when you were loading it before like this, finger on top, holding it on the sides, and undo it about 6 times. Then take the razor, holding the handle like this, take the cap and rotate it backwards. The blade probably will fall off, but if it's wet, it might stick. So what do you do in that case? There's 2 little recessed divots here on both the plate and the head of the razor. Simply just push it off like this from behind. You can also simply give it a shake. It probably will come off. And let's say you want to change the plate. So take it off, put another one on. Let's do that one. Like so. Take a half DE blade. Again, put it like this. Rotate the cap so it's all nice and seated. Put it on like this. Tighten it up. Make sure that it's firm. There's the blade changed. Take it off. Again, backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it like this so it's away from you, and rotate it back. Again, the blade fell off. With this type of blade, many times it won't just fall off. It could be stuck. Simply give it that little push again, or possibly sometimes it sticks to the inside of the cap like this. Nope. Like this. Let's see if I can get this right. There we go. Sometimes it'll stick to the cap if it's wet like that. Simply just turn it, give it a little shake, it'll fall off. So that's how you get the blade out. That's how you change the plates. Again, just line that up, push it in, make sure it's all seated. Take one of these, put it on like that, rotate it, make sure it's good, tighten it up. There we're done. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.